Well, hey, everybody. It's been a minute since we've had a Sunday night show. It's been 2 weeks. We are going to have a good time tonight. So stand by. Scotty G is swapping out computers, and then we are going to go live. Went a little darker in the studio tonight, so if it looks a little crazy, let me know. We can brighten her back up. Just kind of switching it up a little bit. Might have to do that. It looks a little blurry. Hello, Mel, everybody over on Instagram that was with me a minute ago. Welcome back. Hello, everybody over on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and also Twitter X. Good evening. We're going to take your calls here in just a minute. Scotty is flipping computers, and then we are going to get rocking. So give us like 2 minutes, and we'll get the show started. Good evening to Andrew. Tuned in over on Facebook. Again, Skyliner Stories over on Instagram. Mel down in Australia. Good Monday morning to you. Lost Townsend's over on Instagram. Ellie's Magic Life. Beck Deborah. M. Jellock over on Instagram. Hello. Justin is tuned in out in Cleveland. Over on YouTube. Hello. Rhonda Lee's up in Nova Scotia. Hello, Rhonda Lee on Facebook. Hope you're having a great weekend. Stand by. I promise we're going to get started in just a second. Scott's having some technical difficulties. But we are going to get going. It's never easy. Last week it was my stomach, and this week it's Scott's laptop. Don is here. Hey there. Hi there. Ho there.
Most impressive.
Yes. You all are most impressive. Liv Lynn, hello over on Instagram. MDS Saito, hello. Thanks for being here. Graham Udall, hello. Scotty G is back. Let's see if he has sound.
Can you hear me?
He is here. He has sound. Hallelujah. Thank God.
I have like 5 laptops in this house, and it's like the oldest one is the only one I can get to work for some reason with this.
Whatever it takes, dude. It's never easy. It's never
so it's like a
easy.
small box camera on me, but that's fine. I'm here.
Look good. Look a little, you usual shave. No, just kidding.
Yeah, right.
I see all the whiskers. Hello to Troy. Oh, dude, look at those ears, dude. He's got the Dole Whip on the head there in the picture. That's very nice.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. He's getting, what's he getting ready to hear? Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome
Saratoga
home.
Springs, one of my favorite places.
You'll be eating well over Labor Day weekend.
I used my DPC contract today to book something.
We'll talk about that once we start the show. Hello to Andrea. Talked to her this morning via email about linking up a little travel with.
Nice.
Yep. Dude, I'm way better than I was this time last week.
We didn't even hit that live button. We're close.
Dude, I was so close. Couldn't do it.
And now, like, you sent me the link. I was doing some video editing. Didn't even see that you sent the link. Went up, went to the restroom, and then fired it up early. And boom, it still didn't work.
Dude, I was hovering over the live button last Sunday night, and I said, I just can't do it. I can't do it. And an hour later, I was in the hospital. So it's a good thing I didn't.
Oh my goodness.
I told
Bam,
Bam,
let's have a better week. All right.
Let's see. I told Bam, like, you can either take me to the hospital or call 911. I don't care, because I'm going to be dead in an hour. Either way, it doesn't matter. That's what I told her. She's like, it is a Sunday night. I start school tomorrow. So whatever's going to happen, we got to get it over with quickly. I'm like, I'm going to be, I got to die quickly? Like, what's the story?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Julie in Scotland, Skyliner Stories. What's up, Julie? So we got people tuned in all over the world. Mel's tuned in over in Australia. Julie.
I woke up at like 5 a.m. and had a message from Mel on Instagram. I was like, I was trying to like figure out what time it was over there and all that. Yeah, I still didn't figure it out.
I know, but it's too hard. It hurts the American brain. Oh, let's see. Planning. It says going down in 96 hours. First ever cruise.
Planning.
They're planning. I love it. over on YouTube. Oh man, you're gonna have a great time on your first cruise. Thomas, hello. Let's see here. Yes, we are excited about booking Disneyland. All right, let's do a show because I have some stuff to talk about and I want to have the phone lines open. So it's Justin. Maybe it was Justin going down in 96 hours. Wait, is it the same one?
As planning. We got a battle of 96 hours.
Maybe they're just going to be on the same airplane. I don't know. Hang on.
They should plan for it.
They should. Hang on. Let me see here. Wait, did I hit this? I don't think I did. Hallelujah. Nope, I didn't. Hang on. Okay, so there's that. And
so I pay a neighborhood kid to mow my yard because it's a complicated story, but I took my lawnmower we have like another house, like my grandma's old house that we're refurbishing to put on the market. So I didn't want to haul like 2 lawnmowers back and forth, so I dropped my old lawnmower off there. So now I pay a neighborhood kid. And he's like, yeah, I can do it on Sundays. And we didn't record 2 weeks ago. I can't remember what it was, but we didn't record. I didn't record at least. And he was doing it right during the live show. I was like, oh no, is this going to be the time he mows every Sunday? It's like last Sunday we ended up not recording, because of like the incident you just talked about. And he mowed at like 11 a.m. today. So like, phew, all right, no lawnmower going on.
Good. All right, so it looks like it was Justin, or else it's a crazy coincidence that he's also going on his first ever cruise.
Planning.
And 96 hours. Okay, so let's do our little intro and then open up the phone lines and have some fun here for the next hour. That's what this is all about. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing. All right, here we go. Oh, got to turn that down. Get the house band ready. Here we go. No, not that. Every once in a while it does that. Delete. No. Back to your
I'm just here for the house band.
I know, me too. They rock. Don't do that again. I don't know why it does that every once in a while. 41-1, 44-1. Here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line for Sunday night, August 25th, 2024. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BRGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at The Magic for Less Travel. Happy Sunday night to you, or happy Thursday on the feed. Hey, you're all ready to football season, man. It's a big day Thursday here in the States, but right now it's Sunday night as we record, and we're going to have a great time over the next hour, taking your calls at 407-413-9395. This is the show known as You, Me, and Scotty G. So joining us, we can't have that show without him. It's your friend from up in the mitten. Raise that hand. Show where you're from if you're from the state. I saw a truck pass me the other day, no kidding, right outside my subdivision with a sticker saying it's where you're from in the hand or something. I sent it to Scott. What's up, Scotty G? How's the weekend going?
It's going pretty good. Happy to be here. I've missed the last couple because I don't know what happened. I mean, I don't know what happened last Sunday, right? I mean, we're going to hit the button and it never happened. So glad to be here because next weekend is Labor Day weekend. What happened this summer? Mike?
It is 96 degrees here currently. So summer is hanging on. It is it's that like last like gasp right now because because I told you, I think we've talked like it was in the 70s for a while here and it was gorgeous. Like, I mean, like it was a little cool. Like there was a day last week where I walked and I had to have on like a hoodie and stuff because it's so chilly. I had gloves on. And yeah, 96 right now again because football season's starting. So we'll be sweating it out next week.
For sure. So I know you become president, freestyle machines go away. So my thing, and I know there's a reason why the seasons are set up the way they are, but it's confusing. Like to have like a mid to late month change of a season. I think a season should start at the start of a month. And I think fall should officially start September 1st. And then it would just be less confusing, right? So like summer would be June 1st through August 31st. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. But maybe that's just a Scotty G thing. But to me, that's when the fall really starts is September 1st. But it's not officially the end of summer. But to me, it is.
I've never thought about that in my life, but it makes too much sense. And that's why that's why it doesn't work, right? Because it makes too much sense. Things that make sense never happen. That's a great idea.
And maybe it's just because of where I live, but like those like winter officially starting like December 22nd makes zero sense because it's winter in November where I live for sure, you know.
Keeps you guessing. Totally. Yeah. Okay, so we got to jump into this because I've been wanting to talk about this since the Florida State Georgia Tech game. And I swear we're not talking college football tonight, but what an upset because it moved Mizzou up into the top 10 as long as we take care of Murray State Thursday. But what a football game. Sorry for our friend Jason and you know, and all of our
lots of friends. There's lots of
we have a lot of Florida State fans. I know that was a crushing blow, but it is what it is, and it's going to happen to all of us at some point this year. They just got theirs out of the way and out of the country over in Ireland. But here's the deal. I'm watching this game, dude, and I'm fiending. We're all, you know, college football fans. We're like, yes, we got a game to watch. And I was just glad it was a close game because honestly, I didn't think it'd even be that good of a game. You know, I was glad it was like a decent game to watch. I was just like, yes, I was watching Southeast Missouri State play. You know, I was like, whatever. As long as there was a football in the game, I was pumped yesterday. But anyway, watching this game comes down to the very end. Like, you know, it's a tie game. Like you could see it's going to come down to the kicker. We're not talking football, I swear. A commercial comes on with like inside the new 2-minute warning, right? Which the 2-minute warning moves to college football. Why is the reason they have a 2-minute warning? Put more commercials into the football game. That's the only reason it's there. So they can sell more commercials at the end of the first half into the game. What kind of commercial comes on? It's a Disney commercial. It's a Walt Disney World commercial. Did you watch the game yesterday at the end?
No, I didn't.
You watch it? Okay. You probably haven't seen this commercial then. And maybe somebody else did see this commercial, and I don't know if they're running this campaign. This is a new campaign. By the way, real quick on this campaign. Before this campaign, they have been running, I've talked about this on the podcast, this other campaign before this new one, where they just show these things, like it'll say like, you know, 3:12 p.m. and they'll show like people meeting stormtroopers in Galaxy's Edge, you know, and like 4:14 p.m. and a girl running up to meet Cinderella in the Magic Kingdom. Dude, that is our show that we did 7 years ago, like right now at Walt Disney World. They stole that idea from us and we got nothing from it. I'm just saying that's totally was our idea and they ran with it and just made it visual, but that's beside the point. This new campaign, it's a great idea, but I am so fired up about this. And my wife said, be careful. Don't go on the air with this tomorrow night. Because I told her about this on our walk last night. We walk every night. I said, I'm going on the air with my hot take, like a sports talk radio guy. I'm going to be on it. And she's like, be careful now, man. Those people get lit up on social media. I'm like, but they're going to be with me on this one. So let me set the scene. Because I didn't even sleep last night about this. I wanted to bring this to our audience. Commercial.
I'm so intrigued right now. Okay. I'm invested.
Here's so the campaign is going to do it's going to be a series, right? Because I did read about this, I think in like Disney Travel Professionals about a month or two ago that they're going to launch this campaign. I saw the first commercial. It's probably going to be during football season. So what it is, there's like a Disney camera crew, kind of like a guerrilla camera crew, right? They're just going around. You see like a cameraman, you see like a sound man, you know, sound person. You see like 3 or 4 people with like video equipment and sound equipment, and they're just like walking around a city, and they'll walk up to people, like unassuming people. I don't know if this is fake. This is probably fake, but who knows? They walk up to people and they go, do you have a Disney story? You know, like they'd walk up to you on the corner, you know, like you'd be, I don't know, like I'm mowing the grass or something in Lansing, and they'd be like, hey dog, you got a Disney story? And you'd be like, do I have a Disney story? And everybody pulls out a phone, right? So everybody pulls out a phone. The premise of this is you pull out a phone and you show a picture on your phone, right? And then you tell the story of the picture. And that's the commercial, right?
Okay.
So the commercial they showed yesterday, and it's good. Like it makes you move at first until you think about it. It's a dad. And it's a dad and daughter commercial. So immediately I'm like, oh, they're going for me. They're going for you. Like they're going for us. Like, dude, dad, daughter. Okay, cool. So he's like, he shows the picture of him and his daughter watching the fireworks at the Magic Kingdom. They're watching Happily Ever After, probably. I mean, I'm assuming it's where we are. Okay, so I'm like, okay, sweet. Dude, they're going for the emotions. Sweet. This is a smart move. Daughter's on the shoulders.
Oh,
the whole commercial is about putting her on the shoulders. He's like, I remember when I was a kid and my dad put me on his shoulders, and And it was such a like a big moment in my life. And, you know, now like the whole story has gone full circle. So when I got to bring my daughter to Walt Disney World to go see the fireworks for the very first time at the Magic Kingdom, she's like 5 or 6 in the picture, and put her on my shoulders to see the fireworks. Like, this is my favorite picture on my phone. And I'm thinking, no, no, like, Disney, you cannot condone this behavior. I mean, am I wrong? Because I get like the picture is sweet as pie, right? I mean, it's a dad daughter. She's on the shoulder. She's got on the headphones for the loud explosions and stuff. It's the cutest picture of all time. But it's sending a message that what about the people that are behind? I mean, what if this guy's in the hub? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy might not be back in town square. This guy might be like right there where he's blocking, you know, some poor 8-year-old kid that paid just as much money, and it's her first time trying to see the fireworks too. Like, I was thinking about this, like, it's sending a very mixed message. I was bothered by this message that Disney is sending out during a very like viewed football game. I mean, it was right down to the end of the thing. I don't know. What would your take on that be? Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I mean, I'm with you, Mike. They're encouraging that kind of behavior. I mean, the story is sweet, yes, but like, man, that's gonna fire up a lot of people if like everyone starts doing that now. Like, oh, I saw it in a Walt Disney World commercial, so it's got to be okay. And to me, it's not okay. Like, I just like now I'm always for the carrying your child to your height level. You know, like lifting them up and holding them like parallel with your head, so that it's not gonna make any difference really. But when no one is like. There's not very many people that are like that tall when you put a kid on top of your shoulders. I mean, that's like a very tall human, like taller than you, Mike. So yeah, I just like it, but I've seen it before in other advertisements is the thing. Like I've seen other, not like where they like talk about it, but like you'll see like firework promos and there'll always be like a kid sitting on someone's shoulder. So they put it in their media when they advertise, but with this being the focus, that's very interesting to me. Like I'm not a fan. I'm giving it a thumbs down, man. I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean,
I love this comment. How did we get the commercial director blacklisted?
well, the thing is, and I've always said what you say, like hip, put them on the hip so that it's like they're not blocking anything higher than I am, right? Because it would be no different than standing behind a guy that's 6'3".
That's the fair way to do it.
And I'm also aware because I'm a taller dude, right? I'm 6'3". So I also try to be, you know, have awareness that if there's kids behind me, I'll take a step to the left, you know, because how hard is that to take a step to the left? I'm a tall guy. I want to be aware that even if there's a grandma that's, you know, 5'6", I want to make sure she gets to see the fireworks. And, you know, Becca on Facebook here says they should make a PSA that fireworks are in the sky. You just have to look up. That used to be the case. But now, though, I mean, Disney has made it that probably 40% of the experience is projected onto the castle. So I get where you do want to try to see forward now just as much as up. I mean, that is kind of an important part of a show like Happily Ever After. But I just think that there has to be, you know, I don't know. It just seems a little disrespectful to kind of promote that kind of behavior. I don't know. But it makes a good commercial, though, right? For folks that are going down. But I mean, if everybody did, that's the whole thing is you got to follow it through to like a logical conclusion. Like if everybody did that, what would it be? Chaos.
It would be. And not everyone's going to do that. But yeah, it's interesting that, I mean, I could see them continuing to do it like in advertisements where like it's in the background now, like in front of your face, but to throw that like topic like right out there, like, ooh, kind of controversial to do that. Like, why would they do that, Mike? I don't know.
And I did see a couple of people mention this after I thought about it on Twitter today. Like I saw a couple of people kind of talking about it too, but it's just one of those things like, and I'm not trying to be a negative person, but it just, you got to be aware. I think that there's other people that are trying to get the same enjoyment out of the fireworks, you know, like even me, you know, when I go to Disneyland, I was 50 years old or 48, 49 years old. My first time I went to Disneyland and I wanted to see those fireworks, you know, and if somebody would have hoisted up, you know, a 5'9" guy would have hoisted up a kid that made the person 6'5" in front of me, I'd have been a little fired up because, you know, I have the right to be able to see that fireworks show as best I can because I've traveled halfway across the country and I really wanted to take in that experience, and everybody has that right. I don't know.
That exact story happened to me at Disneyland Paris. I mean, it really did. I waited 90 to 120 minutes to see the show And then sure enough, some guy just put his kid on his shoulders, like two people in front of us, just like really just changed my sight line for the spot I had been waiting for like 90 plus minutes. I mean, I wasn't going to go up to the guy, but but you could tell like people were like looking around like, what the heck? Like what just happened? Like,
and that's the thing is like, you don't want to have a confrontation in a theme park. You're not going to do that, but it does, it causes friction, right? Because all of a sudden it's kind of an uneasiness in the crowd, because then what happens is your kid's like, Dad, I can't see now. And so then you're like in a spot where it almost feels like if you don't put your kid on your shoulders, but then if you do, you're like a big jerk. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's a domino effect. But then your kid can see because kid in front of them. Yeah, I don't know. So give us a call, 407-413-9395, 407-413-9395. Another thing we wanted to do tonight was to continue the stock up and stock down. And we will have the sound effects for you ready to rock if you have one at Walt Disney World. Give us an experience, an attraction, a show that you think has the stock up or stock going down. And I will say, and I have some feedback from the clubhouse too, for some tips for a recent trip and for the Halloween party that I saw that I wanted to share tonight at some point during the show too. But Jason, our good friend, he had a good one for, I think it was stock down, Tomorrowland Speedway. I mean, that one, it has to have the days numbered, right? With cars coming to the Magic.
One would think.
I didn't even think about that. And why didn't they put cars over there? That was a good discussion we had in the clubhouse going yesterday. But we have our first call tonight. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, Mike, it's Julie in Scotland.
Hey, how are things over in Scotland? You guys were closer to the first college football game than either Scotty G or myself. Kind of jealous. I mean, Ireland had them.
Yeah, we didn't make it. Sorry.
I mean, you were closer. I mean, you weren't that close, but I mean, a lot closer than we were. So hope you're doing well. Good to see you. How was your trip? We so loved watching it over in the clubhouse.
Good. We had the best time. We had such a good trip. It felt like a Be Our Guest podcast, greatest hits. We did all the things that everyone had recommended on the podcast, in the clubhouse, and we had the best time. It was such a good trip.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Because you come from such a distance, I worry. I mean, we get to go a little bit more often, so I don't worry quite as much about us two clowns here on the show. But wanted you to have a wonderful. What was a highlight for you? Maybe give us a couple of the highlights.
Yeah, sure. One of the things that ended up being a highlight that probably shouldn't have been was the storm that we had kind of midway through the trip. We had that storm, what was it called? Debbie, yep. That hit for a couple of days while we were there. And it forced us to really slow down and enjoy the resort and enjoy things that we hadn't done before. We spent a morning at the pool before the storm really hit. And then we hit World Showcase. I think we posted a picture of us in Germany with ponchos on, and maybe it looked a bit miserable, but it really wasn't. We had the best day. We saw all of the shows that we hadn't seen before. Impressions de France, I have seen it now. I agree, it is excellent. So we did all sorts of things like that we've never done before in all the years we've been going to Walt Disney World. So that was a really good thing.
So you saw the Storm Debbie as an opportunity rather than a bad thing. You got out there, put on the ponchos, and just rolled right along.
Yeah, 100%. One of the days that the storm hit, we planned to do a 4-part challenge, and we looked at the weather and thought, not today. And we spent the morning in Coronado Springs, in Barcelona Lounge, playing Uno, talking to cast members, having snacks, and it was the best. We had such a good time.
Scott, I mean, that sounds like what you guys did.
I mean, Julie had a Scotty G type trip, Impressions de France and Barcelona Lounge, playing card games. Like that's vacation right there to me.
Do you know what though, Scotty? Both the kids kept saying, when are Chip and Dale going to come and play cards with us?
Oh man, I wish they would have. That would have been amazing for you if they would have shown up and started cheating for you.
But, that same afternoon though, we had a really good character interaction. So again, the weather was horrible, but we had planned to go to Animal Kingdom and we had reservations at Tusker House, which we'd never been to before. So again, we thought, well, we don't want to miss the reservation. We stayed in the resort for most of the day and then decided, let's do it, let's go to the park. And we went to Tusker House. It was deserted. There was hardly anyone in there. So the characters spent well over an hour going round the sort of 6 or 7 tables that were there. And we had such good interactions with the characters. It was such good fun. And the kids said it's the best character meal they've ever had at Walt Disney World. We had such a good day.
That's great.
That is. There's so few people there. Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck was feeding you, scooping your mac and cheese into your mouth there. That'd be fun.
Exactly, yeah. That's what it felt like. It was so cool, so cool. So yeah, we enjoyed the weather. We embraced it. It didn't hold us back, and it made us do things that we've never done, and we probably wouldn't have done on that trip if it hadn't been for the bad weather.
That's so good to hear, because the thing is, you make these plans, and I know that, I've said this before, like when you make the plans at home and you're thinking about it 9 months in advance, 6 months in advance, even 2 weeks before the trip, in your mind's eye, it's always 75 degrees and sunny, like you're always picturing, the outfits I'm going to wear, the weather is always perfect. And then when you get here, you have no control over the weather, and what happens is what happens. But you got to make the best of it, because time's going to tick by no matter what. And you guys were a perfect example of that. But, sometimes, low crowds give you opportunities, and you guys knocked it out of the park because of it.
Yeah, we got to do rides that we hadn't planned on doing because crowds were lower. What I will say is, though, I think we're lucky because although we only get to go maybe once a year or once every other year, when we're there, we have 14 days to play with. So if something doesn't happen because of weather, it doesn't really matter. We can try again in a few days. Whereas I think for a lot of families from the US, you're maybe going for a trip and you only have 5 days, and you maybe only have one Magic Kingdom day. So if the weather ruins that Magic Kingdom day, it must kind of suck. So actually, we're pretty lucky the position that we're in.
I love your attitude. You got the best attitude, by the way, because you have another fellow Scotland folks tuned in, Mohawk from the clubhouse. He wants me to ask you, because he's tuned in over on Twitch. He says, ask Julie if she's enjoying her, and in quotations, random bank holiday weekend. Are you enjoying this random bank holiday weekend?
That's why I'm up at midnight on a Sunday, because I don't have to work tomorrow. Why? I have absolutely no idea.
Scott, we got to move on to a different country. We got to get some of these, get in on this.
I mean, I feel like in my line of work, I get a lot of bank holidays, and I take advantage of that. I book out my travel around those, I mean, maybe makes it busy travel usually here in the States for that. But yeah, maybe I'm starting to think we don't have enough. I thought we always had a good amount, but maybe we don't, Mike. Maybe we need more.
I mean, I get none, so I'll take anything I get. I'm always I work on Christmas Day, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, we're lucky. I have thoughts on the commercial that you were just talking about with the kid on the shoulder.
Please.
So I work in marketing, and that feels like a big marketing fail to me.
Well, so I have, and I don't know if you saw, there was a little controversy during the Olympics, and this was very similar to something that happened during the Olympics. Google had a commercial, and it was probably just for the American market. So I don't know if you saw this or not, but maybe it wasn't. There was a commercial where there's an American sprinter, and there was this little girl that was growing up she wanted to emulate this American sprinter, right? And basically the whole gist of the commercial was that her dad wanted her to write a letter to this sprinter and tell her that she looks up to her, but she was going to one day beat her because she's going to train so hard. She looks up to her, she's going to emulate her, and she's going to beat her. But the whole point is it was promoting Google's Gemini AI, right? Artificial intelligence. And what it was, this commercial was so tone deaf. The commercial said to go to Google and have this Gemini AI write the letter for the kid to the sprinter, to the American sprinter. And it got so much hate because what the dad should do. And I was one of the very first ones to get on Twitter and really rip this one too, because I'm an educator, right? I'm like, no. You shouldn't have AI write the letter for the kid. How about dad sits down with the daughter and they write the letter together and make it a teachable moment as to how to write a letter to somebody and express your thoughts and talk about how you're going to come up with a training plan and how you really, what character traits does this athlete have that you look up to? Don't have Gemini write it for you. It can in 10 seconds. Like, yeah, it can. It'll probably be a killer letter.
Yeah.
But it was so tone deaf. Like, I mean, it's like the robots are taking over. They immediately pulled it. They pulled it real quick. I think it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I bet. I think, though, it sounds like that commercial too, but the Disney one also, with the kid on the shoulders, it perpetuates something that irritates me in Walt Disney World. And it's one of the few things it does. We're very positive. We always look for the goods. We have an amazing time in the parks. We really do. But when we don't, it's usually down to other guests. And I think that commercial perpetuates that sense of entitlement, that sense that my vacation is more important than anyone else's. And that's what tends to ruin other people's vacations or other people's experiences. So, yeah, that ad does not appeal to me. I haven't seen it. And it's similar with AI. AI kind of encourages you to cheat a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a shortcut, isn't it? And if everyone just does it, yeah, slightly the more difficult way, you have to jostle a little bit, you have to move to the left, move to the right. But yeah, don't put your kids on your shoulders. That's cheating, and it cheats everyone else too.
You know what it's like, Mike? It's like they're promoting like a Major League Baseball, like Little League, like, oh, you got to get into the big leagues. And this dad tells his kid, like, all right, I know that other pitcher's throwing a no-hitter. You're gonna lay down a bunt right now. It's just like unbroken rules. Like, it's encouraging unbroken rules.
It's wild. It is. I mean, it's crazy. But hey, Julie, I appreciate you calling. And I got to say this, you are such a great part of our community, and you just have the most positive spirit. And I love that we can have such an international flavor to our community. And I really hope that we can hang out sometime at Walt Disney World. Nothing would make me happier.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? You made the community, you and Scotty and Ricky and Pam. What a great community it is. You should be really proud of it, and we love being part of it.
Well, it's all of us together. It's a wonderful thing. So you always hang there with us, and we'll always be here together. So you have a great rest of your bank holiday. I don't know how long it is, but man, enjoy it, whatever it's for.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
We'll talk to you soon, Julie. Don't be a stranger. Talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
And for our friend Mark Yerkes, because he's gonna bust me out because he busts me out when I like misspeak. I meant to say unwritten rules. I kept saying unbroken, and I caught myself right after that. So
good. And Mark will call. So
yeah, I love it. I encourage it.
He'll text. All right, we have our next call. Thanks for calling in. Who is this, and where are you calling from?
Well, this is Jody and Landon and Lindsay.
We know where you're calling from, the home of Skyline Chili.
Let's not bring that up. Scott doesn't like it.
I know. That is a fact.
Oh, you could totally bring it up. It's totally fine. But I'm not going to do a triple style or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. I forget. 4 ways or something.
5-way, yeah.
5-way.
We have 5-way here. Yeah, it's good.
So Landon was hoping to give you maybe, I know this isn't the topic of the show tonight, but maybe give you a quick highlight from our Alaska trip to on the Wonder, both the ship and Alaska. Is that cool with you guys?
Dude, that's why we're on the air. Let's go. Yeah.
All right. Landon, you ready? Mm-hmm. He's got a mouthful of chocolate chips. Let's see how this goes.
You must share with the class if you're going to have chocolate chips.
All right. Give your top thing from the Wonder. From the ship? Definitely their ice cream. It's exceptional.
Of course.
It's just amazing. Nothing can beat it.
Did they have any unique flavors, Landon? Like sometimes I'll have like banana or like strawberry, or was it kind of like just vanilla and chocolate?
They had blueberry this time.
Whoa!
I've never seen before.
Whoa! I've never seen that either. That's crazy.
Yeah. How
was the blueberry?
I did not try it. I was sticking to the chocolate.
Dude, you got to think about the research. You had to think like, I'm going to call into the Be Our Guest podcast. I should probably taste this blueberry ice cream to let Mike and Scott know how it was. I guess I just had to book another cruise on the Wonder, I guess.
Blueberry. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it was. Oftentimes though the ice cream machines were broken. A couple of them broke down a couple times.
No, that's a crime. That's a crime.
Yeah, I know. There was actually a blueberry festival going on in Ketchikan when we were at port, but we didn't see one blueberry the whole time. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. That was confusing. It was a little
fake
confusing.
news.
All right, you want to tell me your favorite thing about Alaska in general?
favorite thing about Alaska was the dog sled.
I was
That
gonna say-
was really fun.
If you landed, if you did not say that, we're gonna have words, because I saw those pictures and those dogs were all. I mean, obviously I didn't get to do it, but I mean I'm a dog person and I would kill
Yeah,
to do something
Those
like
were
that.
so cool.
Yeah,
So
that looked
tell
awesome.
them how we got to the dog.
We took a helicopter ride.
Oh, just see, I'm out. I'm not getting on a helicopter, dude. No way. I am not. I
Come on,
just
Mike.
started riding airplanes, and my cousin told me he rode a helicopter one time. I'll tell you real quick in 30 seconds. My cousin, who's just like me, but he's a country boy, he rides rodeos. His wife convinced him at Lake of the Ozarks down by Branson one time to do a helicopter, like, you know how they do those helicopter tours in Orlando. You see that the helicopter do like the laps around. His wife talked him in on, like, they just got married, their other honeymoon. They went to Branson and they're going to do a helicopter tour. He went up and he paid the helicopter pilot 3 times as much to put the helicopter straight back down, because he was like, I am not. He's like, nope. He's like, I will pay you. He's like, and I will kill you if you don't put this thing back down right now. He's like, and I'm paying you 3 times as much as we paid to put this thing right back down, because he said it was so scary. So nope. I love dogs, but I do not love dogs that much. But go ahead. So I will never do this unless I can, like, take a sled there or something. But go ahead.
So did you know about the dogs, or was that a surprise?
It was a surprise. Did not know about it until about
When we landed?
day 3 of this.
How many dogs were there?
Too many. 250. I knew that.
250
dogs.
Shut up. Are
Wow.
you serious?
Nope. 250 dogs, and
None
we
of
were
them were scared of the helicopters, which
No.
is the craziest part.
Yeah, they could care less about the helicopters. It was the first day and 3 weeks that they had seen sunshine, apparently. So the dogs were all laying on top of their houses, getting a lot of sunshine. They were pretty happy about it. So what was your favorite dog's name?
Wizard.
Yeah.
Very cute dog.
Wizard of Dogs.
Dog.
200 and so are they all like huskies?
They're husky mixes. They're not as big or as, like, you know, you think of huskies and they have the blue eye and the dark eye or whatever, the 2 colored eyes. They weren't quite like that. They were I would say every single one of them was a mix, wouldn't you, Landon?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
ours were actually from,
We saw baby dogs too.
we did see puppies. Somehow we know about the puppies.
Wow.
Well, how many were there? Do you remember?
There was like 7, maybe
6 or 7.
6
yeah.
or 7. Very small. And they were interacting with the humans. Like, it was weird. They were interacting with us.
Mama wasn't so sure about all of us, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anything else you want to tell them about it? No? You can't just shake your head. They can't hear you at the
Yeah.
podcast.
It's an audio show.
Is
Overall-
Lindsay there? Did Lindsay have something that she liked?
Well,
She's
Lindsay
gone.
left, so
Oh.
she got embarrassed and left. So
Okay.
You know
Yeah,
that's how
you know,
girls do,
teenage
Scott. You're a
girls.
girl dad. Come on now.
So Landon, tell us about like a restaurant that was different on the Wonder than the Wish. Like, did you have a restaurant that really jumped out to you?
My favorite restaurant is this one. This one's not like only to like the
Wonder.
Wonder, but Animator's Palace is my favorite. But I like Tiana's a lot too.
But Animators is different than the Dream and the Fantasy.
Yeah.
So I think we actually like it better on the Wonder, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Like we kind of like the old school.
It's
Yeah.
does it still have like those graded walls? Excuse me, like the black and
Yeah.
white.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
almost
That
like
classic
board
look.
type of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of like shines through as it changes throughout the dinner. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we like how the old animation went to the new animation
Mhm.
every night. That was really cool. So you'd have like black and white. You'd try to figure out what character it was, and then it would come to life. That was really awesome.
Mhm.
So we probably, I think Animator's Palette was all of our favorites.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Tiana was awesome too. And Triton was fine,
No, I don't
but
like Triton.
oh no, you don't like it.
Too
Tell them about your least favorite food on the ship,
Patty.
or pate.
That's
That's
so
it.
good. I love it.
Oh,
No.
That's so me, Landon. I
bad.
would call it Patty too. I'd
You-
be the same way.
you are an experiment eater. If listeners don't know, like when we did our podcast cruise last year, we did a recap show and a recap video. And if you've seen anyone eating broccoli with their ice cream or their dessert, that's Landon for you. So you'll do the broccoli for dessert and ice cream, but you won't do the pate. Okay, noted.
Patty.
Not the patty.
Not
Patty.
the pate.
I don't like
Patty.
the patty.
Did you have broccoli every single night though?
No.
Yes, you did.
One night I didn't.
Well, it was
But I had other broccoli. So
fancy
Bad.
broccoli.
ew.
What was your favorite show? Do you remember? Tough question. You like the
None of them.
ventriloquist a lot.
Oh yeah, the ventriloquist was fun.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, he
I
made you
mean,
laugh.
come on.
Yeah, I like the ventriloquist. He's always fun.
Shocking that Landon skipped the Frozen show.
Huh.
I saw a lot of whales though. I skipped it and watched whales. I saw a lot of them.
That's better.
I mean, yeah. Whales are frozen. Do you Landon? Yeah, whales win every time. I agree.
So Jody, I think a lot of listeners are curious about Alaska. So I think your port was out of Vancouver. Is that right? And then like what ports did you go to? Did you have a favorite port?
Ketchikan.
Oh,
Ketchikan was the best port ever.
why? What did you love there?
The name Ketchikan.
That is
fun to say.
That's a good name. Oh,
It's
yeah,
fun
yeah.
to say.
He's not wrong.
the salmon bedding.
Yeah,
Or the salmon race.
we were okay.
Shut
salmon
up.
bedding
There's
makes it sound like
gambling.
we're like okay. So we watched the salmon swimming upstream, and we would cheer on the salmon to get to their next level because they literally were going up a waterfall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Like,
Wow.
and so there would be a pocket of them, maybe 3 or 4, and one of them would go, and we'd sit there and cheer them on, like, "Come on, buddy, you can do it!" Right?
Mm-hmm.
We'd cheer them on, and Landon and I were calling it levels.
Mm-hmm. Different levels like video games. We had, I think the highest we saw was level 6.
Yeah.
We couldn't get to like level 10 or anything.
But they were honest to goodness swimming upstream. I mean, it's nothing like I've ever seen before. It was so cool. That was in Creek Street in Ketchikan. I'd absolutely recommend spending some time there. That was pretty
Fish are
awesome.
Huge.
Yeah, they were gigantic.
Huge.
That's very cool.
Oh, and what else did you see? You saw you're the only one in your family who saw it.
Oh, a bear.
Like you saw like a in the wild, a wild bear.
Yeah, it was by like a creek. I'm gonna guess probably trying to find some fish. So it was pretty cool.
As long as you're not the slowest one in the party you're with, you're
Exactly.
good. As long as you get outrun, you don't have to be faster than the bear. You just got to be faster than somebody with you.
So lots of whales, bald eagles, salmon, bear. You saw the bear. We didn't. A family that we met, they saw moose. We did not. That was sad for me. What else did we see? Anything you could think of? It's pretty all the wild. Oh, a mountain goat.
Oh, we saw a seal.
Oh, we saw seal. Yeah.
seal.
And Vancouver's awesome. I definitely would recommend spending some time in Vancouver. That's a great city.
Everybody says
Right.
that. That's an awesome city. Yeah.
Besides the pizza.
Yeah, pizza maybe not so great, but all of the other meals were good.
Yeah, those were good. Besides the pizza.
Yeah, that was really late night and we were hungry though.
That's true. But they did have. Oh, they had that really cool park.
Stanley Park.
Like Stanley.
What did we do there?
Bike.
Yeah.
And we saw a big seal.
Okay, isn't that where you guys had that bridge that was super skinny or like super high or something? That like I saw the picture, I'm like, nope.
Oh, that was at the first day. That was also in Vancouver. That was at why can't I think of the park name? Capilano Park. Yeah, the
That
suspension
looked
bridge.
gorgeous.
Bridge.
Yeah.
That looked really cool.
That was
I mean,
awesome.
So pretty. Yeah.
Well,
Man.
we'll let you guys go. We just wanted to give you a little recap, and I want to tell you some of his favorite things and his how many ice creams did you eat? Tell Scotty.
20.
Ooh, dude, that's a lot of ice cream. That's almost 3 a day.
That's good. Hey,
That's really good.
That's why you
I had
cruise.
7. So I kind of slowed down.
Well done.
Just imagine if you would have had one blueberry, it would have been exactly 3 a day. But next time try the blueberry.
When you're Landon's age, that stuff doesn't
He
even.
messed
could
that
just,
up.
yeah, you could just tear it up. I mean, the metabolism's through the roof.
Yeah. No, that's impressive. That's impressive. 20 ice creams. I like it.
It's not fair. Oh
right.
man, I'm
Yeah,
so glad you
And
guys
their
had a good
shawarmas were
time.
good.
Oh, yeah.
What was?
Tell them that they were your husband
Their shawarmas were really good too.
on the Wonder.
On the Wonder.
Nice.
You're killing me.
Yeah,
now,
so
'cause-
instead of like they have the hamburgers and the pizza, but they also have a shawarma station. It was pretty awesome.
Yes, it was
Shut
really good.
up.
Dude, I'd be there all the time.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right,
So
now I'm ready to book a cruise, man. I need to get back on a ship. I
Well,
love
because
it.
I love all that. Like,
cruises
what-
are so awesome.
well, because that one's
Yeah.
all different. I mean, because you can
Definitely.
see all that natural stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, it's a lot different than a Bahamas, Caribbean. You know, you're seeing, nature. You're seeing mountains.
And I have not been on the Wonder of the Magic. I gotta make that happen before.
I'm
they
excited to
make
see the
it go
magic.
away.
haven't been on the Magic. I've been on the Wonder and the Magic, but I haven't been on them. And God, Mallory was 8 when I was on the Wonder. She's 16.
Yeah, we're
so it's been
dying to
8
get
years.
on the Magic, so that's
And there are other 10,000 cruise ships that just announced.
Yeah, I know. Seriously,
did.
now you got now it's like it's gonna be 13 here soon. But real quick,
Yeah.
Joe, let me ask you this: did you feel a difference, like as far as when you were getting on and off the ship and dining, like in the crowd size from being on one of the bigger ships?
So actually, one of our favorite things, Jack Jack's diaper race, only had one contestant this year.
Dude,
That
guaranteed
was
win.
like a big thing. Only one contestant. That was sad.
They should have had the parents do like a battle then.
Yes,
Yeah, they
did.
should have. Yes.
The parents have to
The
crawl.
baby actually did race. The baby did crawl before they gave the baby the prize. It was kind of cute, but compared to Caribbean cruises where there's heats and rounds,
there's
and
heats.
there was literally one baby, one.
Oh,
It's pretty funny.
I'm glad they made him at
But
least
yeah,
run the race to get the prize. I mean, yeah, you got to at least make it official. Totally.
I think so. Our ship had 2,400 passengers, and then tell them about the day in Juneau how many people got off that other ship.
There was like, what ship was it called?
The Royal Caribbean.
There was a ship called the Royal Caribbean. Had 7,600 people on it.
That's a big ship.
I think that's like 3
The
of
old
our
RC.
ships.
That's a giant ship.
That was
Yeah,
a
it is.
little bit different. So we were leaving Juneau when they were all getting to port, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So that was a different feeling from when we started to when they got there, right?
Yeah, I mean, they just came in like a herd. Just like boom.
And Landon, just so that the listeners know, what was the name of that ship called again?
The RC.
The Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean.
I just sailed. Buddy.
Mm-mm. I feel bad for Scotty. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just being funny because like it would have a name. Anyway, it's funny. I think the listeners find it funny.
He didn't know the name of the ship.
Yeah.
He just knew the brand name.
It said wrong, dude. It said it right on the side.
It said it right on the side. I saw this logo.
It's in blue. It had an anchor.
I actually don't know what the ship's name
It had
was.
this very broad name. I remember. It was like
It said something in the
Yeah, but yeah,
sea.
something of the seas, I bet you.
Something
Your
in the
hand
seas.
gestures, Landon. It's a podcast. They can't see that.
But that's the benefit, right, of those smaller
Anything
ships.
else you want to
Yeah.
tell them about our Alaska cruise?
nope.
So Ketchikan was your favorite port. Juneau, dog sledding and helicopter was pretty awesome. And
Skagway
Skagway,
was-
I tried to kill you guys.
Yes, we were traumatized from that.
But that's mom's fault, not the port's fault.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, it's not a good vacation if the parents don't almost traumatize their kids at least once on a say You know,
That is true.
happens.
Like that 20-mile bike ride we did in Arizona.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anything else you want to tell them?
Nope.
You want to say bye to Mike and Scotty?
Bye, Mike and Scotty.
All right, go.
See you, Landon. We'll see you soon enough, buddy, and have a great school year.
Yes, absolutely. And send Scott some Skyline.
Please do.
Bye, guys. Have
See
a
you.
good night.
Yeah.
See you, Jody. Bye.
Bye.
What a great call. 407-413-9395. That's great. I mean, that's a great recap. I mean,
It was good.
Landon's is
I
honestly.
like. It's crazy how smaller that ship is, though. Like that's a nice benefit when you go to like a port and your ship is just smaller. Like it's going to make it like that less crowded, you know, on some of your port days.
And you know, you can really feel it when you go from like a Wish class ship or a Fancy Dream to a Magic Wonder. It's just like you're like, where is everybody? And at first you're like, it kind of feels a little bit weird, but then like by day 2, you're just like, this is nice
This is
I'm
nice.
I'm not battling like, you know, this many people for anything. You know, it is when you get off in the ports. Now, like Landon mentioned, you know, a big old ship comes parked next to you, and that's what you notice when you go into port days, because we had the same thing happen to us in St. Thomas. Like we got in early, and then a Royal ship came in. Man, which one was it? It was a big one. It was Royal Caribbean of the seas. And dude, it get in that port got busy fast. Because I mean, we were there probably 3 or 4 hours before it got in. And as soon as it got in, man, it was just like, oh. And that's why these Alaskan ports are talking about limiting the cruise ship stops, because it just sometimes, you know, you get 2 or 3 of these bigger ships in at once and it just overwhelms the port.
Absolutely overwhelming. Yep.
All right, 47413-9395. We had some stock ups and stock downs. Chris Gradek over on Facebook said finally had the buffalo chicken grilled cheese this past Tuesday. Said totally worth it. And whoops, whoa. Stock up.
Oh,
I know I hit the wrong button.
it's funny. I did my stock was up on the Polynesian, and then boom, a bunch of articles came out about updates on the Polynesian. And that's so funny.
We make things happen.
We
on
do.
the PRS podcast. We try for you guys as hard as we can. All right. We had a couple calls coming in during that one. So if you want to give us a call, 407-413-9395. The phone lines are back open. We've had lots of great calls tonight, but let's keep them coming until the top of the hour. 407-413-9395. Veronica says, hey guys, about to drive home from a wedding. Glad to have this good company on the way home. Safe drive to Veronica. Shout out to Jason as well. Yeah, here's the call that was trying to get in. Go ahead, Scott.
I was going to ask you, did you see like that rendering, like where you could like that fireworks viewing from the Polynesian Tower? Like that looked kind of sweet. That little like garden area that they had.
I think they were stock up in you. You know, they were like, well, Scotty, stock up, so we got to give some quick artwork. Get on it overnight.
Yeah.
Somebody pulled the overnighter for you.
Hopefully the rendering will apply and and be actual, you know, because sometimes those renderings change.
That's true. Subject to change. All right, we have our next call. Hey, who's joining us? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Bill from Birmingham, Alabama. Hey, guys.
Hey, dare I say, Roll Tide?
I know Bill, I believe.
It's Roll Tide, correct?
You do know Bill. Yes, you do.
Okay. All right. And you were
not
also
gonna
saying
say-
Scotty G over in Norway, right? That's how you know each other?
Well, we're not in Norway, but we met up with him after the Norway trip.
Okay. All righty. Well, welcome to the show, Bill. How's it going?
Hey, good, man. Good. Enjoying the conversation tonight. A question for you guys. We're headed down, my wife and kids and I are headed down to Disney World Friday for a long weekend. And the new Genie Plus system, from what I've read, your best value as far as being able to have choices, if you will, is to use it in the morning. I mean, am I right on that? I mean, if you wait and try to use it in the afternoon, it seems like from what I've read that the choices just seem to get diminished. Do y'all know anything about that?
Scott, you want to take it?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that statement, Bill, because you want to try to maximize as much you can get done throughout the day. So if you're waiting till later in the day, like that's going to kind of limit you to the number of attractions you can do. So I'd say book early and book often as you do those attractions, because then you can start getting those rolling fast passes. Is the way I understand it. I personally have not used the system yet, but that's the way from everything I've read that I've been reading is definitely take advantage and book early and check often too, because like things change all the time. It's kind of interesting, right? Like you could look for like a Slinky Dog and it might not show there, and then boom, later on in the day it pops up. So like definitely like refresh the app and keep checking throughout the day, which is also kind of a bummer because like we don't want to be tied to our phones, right? On a Disney vacation. No. That's what we loved about cruising, right, Bill? Like we were like away from our phones, just enjoying our time with our other people. But like sometimes at Walt Disney World, you gotta have that device attached to you so that you can expand that experience.
Yeah, it almost feels like, you know, if you wanted to have like a lazy morning down there and then kind of hang out at the pool for a little while, you know, you almost start thinking, well, because I can't stack them anymore, right? So it almost feels like, you know, you're just going into the park in the afternoon or early evening, you know, you may not even want to get Genie Plus now. I don't know. I guess I'm going to experience and find out.
Yeah, I haven't used it either, but I mean, I believe though, because you can book these 7 days in advance. I'm trying to think. I mean, why? I would assume though, you should be able to. Could you not though still book your first 3 though for the afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, you could. Like, so if you're doing a pool day or something, right? Like, I totally could see you doing that, right? Like, hey, I'm just gonna hang out at the pool, so I'm gonna try to find something for 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock or whatever. But if you're trying to do like an all day in the park, I think there's an advantage to book early so that you can keep adding on. But yeah, you can definitely like have that chill morning and book late.
But then But then you know what's the return on your investment, right? If you do it like from 4 o'clock on, you're only getting a
half day's worth of Genie
hours worth of Genie Plus for the $1. But yeah, it's again, you got to look at the cost benefit, I would say.
Yep. I think you're right. Well, I'm gonna go experience it and find out, guys, and I'll report back.
Bill, where are you staying for this trip?
We're using our points at the Polynesian.
Ooh. Oh, you will definitely be spending some time in the morning in the pool there, right? I mean, I love that DVC pool too. That DVC pool is so nice, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Yep.
You have any nice ADRs planned for this trip?
You know, we are. Let's see, we're doing 3 nights, so we're doing a. God, what's the restaurant in the Italy Pavilion?
Via Napoli
or Tutto.
Not that. Tutto Italia,
Oh.
yes, that one, and then doing a lunch in Hollywood Studios at. Where's the one where the all the waiters and waitresses are kind of in character with you, like get your elbows off the table.
50s prime time.
Yeah,
That's my wife's favorite. That's my wife's favorite.
I got a question for Bill. It's like a joking question, and you won't understand it, Mike, but it was from something we talked about on the cruise. So when you're having a lunch or dinner there in Tutto in Italy, I don't think you have to worry about any drivers taking some tight corners down those alleyways, right? It should be good in Epcot, so you don't have to worry about getting hit by a car.
Yes, yeah. That guy was amazing. He was amazing. He knew what he was doing. It was not his first rodeo, brother.
Like, because like, so Mike, can't you picture like Europe, like those small alleyways, you know, where like people are walking, there's restaurants. Bill was telling me this story about this. I mean, he'll tell it better than me, but about this, they're just out there having lunch or whatever, and this car just like is barely just making its way through this alleyway, and it does this turn, and like, what did it do, Bill? Like a 3-point turn, and like the hardest turn that you can make, like so impressive. Like I don't know how people drive in Europe sometimes. I swear.
It was so impressive. I had to video it. It was amazing.
The only thing better would be that
it was a place where no car should have ever gone.
Did it have one of those like European like sirens that goes near door? Because I mean that's all I picture whenever I see those little bitty teeny tiny cars that I'm 6'3" would never fit in one of those like little Fiats.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Supers.
Yes. Yeah. No, I don't know if he had a siren or not, but it was all beat up. You could tell he was hitting from one wall to the next. You know.
Oh man,
that's awesome. Well, have a great trip, and hey, don't be a stranger, man. We'd love to talk to you more. It's great that you called in today. How are things down? How are things down in Alabama? I love Alabama. I spent some time down in Huntsville.
Yeah, it's great. You know, everybody's fired up because football season's starting, bro. Right, and so you know, big changes in Tuscaloosa this year, and but everybody's cautiously optimistic, Mike. So
I think so.
You know, we'll see.
I just gotta say real quick, I don't know if you watch Game Day on Saturday, but how uncomfortable did Coach Saban look next to what's his face, the YouTube guy, McAfee, or what's his name? Scott.
Yes.
That clown. Why do they put him next to? Because I love Saban. He's my I know Scott's not a big fan because he used to be at Michigan State, and I get it. But I love Coach Saban. And the thing is, like, they put him right next to that clown. Like, I mean, like seriously, like he's just like, this is what my life has become in a year. Like I'm sitting next to this dude now. Like I gotta sit next to a foot from this clown. Come on now. Please put him next to somebody else.
He did look a little uncomfortable. I agree with you.
He didn't know what to do with his hands.
Pat's antics.
Even my wife said he doesn't know what to do with his hands yet. I'm like, I did this first time. Like, give him, cut him some slack. I was like, let him coach. But anyway.
Hey, Bill, before you go, like, so my internet like froze when you first called. So I don't know if you mentioned this or not, but like, it was a highlight for me and my family meeting you and your wife on the cruise. That was so cool for me. We're just hanging out, and then you're like, "Hey, Scotty G," and we did the tour together and all that. So like that was a highlight for me. Yeah. I hope you had a great cruise, and I can't wait to share those videos coming up because like you'll remember a lot of those ports obviously that we went to. You did the same cruise, so can't wait to share that with you. But I appreciate the friendship, and I hope we stay in touch because it was awesome running into you.
It was a real celebrity sighting, man. When I saw you sitting down in the casino.
Okay. I didn't know if you were okay with saying that. We met in the casino, Mike. That's where we met. It was hilarious.
You saw him in his natural environment right there.
And honestly, I don't know how the rest of the cruise went for you, Bill, but
those words, man, I really do. Very kind.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it was great seeing you, and like hopefully we can meet up in Walt Disney World sometime soon. So, but I won't say the RT. I'm not going to give you an RT, but it was nice to meet you for sure.
Yeah. That's right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
You'd love that guy, Mike. He's awesome.
I can tell. All right, well, hey, Scott, that's going to do it for tonight. What a show. We had great calls tonight, man. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun tonight. I know we're a little delayed. I couldn't figure out my microphone and all that, but it was all good. And like, I'm not gonna be here next weekend though. It's Labor Day weekend, so sorry to bail on you again, Mike.
That's all right. I'll be here. We'll be taking your calls, so it's no big deal. The callers will be the co-hosts of the show next week. So,
maybe we'll call in depending on what we're doing at the time. So
yeah, I mean, a little country music in the background, maybe have a cowboy hat on. Who knows? Doubt that.
maybe
I'll bust.
Maybe
mine.
I will.
I'll wear mine for you. I have mine upstairs.
All right.
So we'll see.
There we go.
All right. So we are going to get out of here, but we will have a show next week because, again, I never go anywhere because we have cheerleading and
Unless I miss the hospital. No, just kidding.
Dude, shut up, dude. I am going to kill you if you say that again. You do not even know. I was not a good patient this time.
Yeah, we're good enough friends where I could like put that wisecrack in there. But yeah.
You can. But
let's not have any more hospital visits, though, Mike.
Let me just leave this here. When I was being rolled out on what day was that? Wednesday. I went in on Sunday night, like right about this time.
It was Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
Yeah, it was Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Because we recorded the show for Wednesday
right
as you got out.
Right. It was Tuesday, like evening, like afternoon. And I just remember because they got to like wheel you to your car, like to the door, and then just dump you out to your car when your wife picks you up. And I just remember telling the nurse, because like, they're like 12-hour nurses, right? So I had like a cycle of them, like 5 or 6. And so I just remember telling her, I'm like, I apologize to you if I was mean. I was like, I am a really nice person. I was like, but I was in a lot of pain and you were asking me to do things I did not want to do. And I am stubborn. And I said, and not only am I sorry to you, could you please pass along my apologies to the previous 4 nurses that I had before, because I will probably not see them and I might be bringing gifts. Because I was so mean. Because it was not pretty, because I'm just not a good patient. Like, they were asking me to do things I didn't want to do. And I know doctors have your best, like, I guess, they're trying to take care of you, but I didn't want to be taken care of.
And your health is like in their hands, so you might want to do what they're doing, asking you to do. I'm just saying.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Because then it's like, just one more. I'm like, no, that wasn't the bargain. I'm like, no, we're not doing one more. Like, if I was running a marathon, and they started doing analogies with me, like, dude, you said you were a marathoner. You're like, somebody told me, like, even Pam, like my wife was in there. I was trying to do this one thing, and like, you're trying to get like one more like thing down, and they're like, dude, you're back in Epcot for the marathon. I'm like, stop with the analogies. I'm like, you don't know how bad it sucks when you're in Epcot on the marathon, dude. Everything in your body hurts. You don't even want to take another step. I'm there. Well,
I'll just tell you this little visit gave me some early Christmas shopping ideas for when we do the Christmas Eve episode.
If they had closed circuit television in that room, dude, this could have been this would have been $1 million seller, but it would have been not safe for work. I just gotta say. Anyway, we are going to get out of here. I don't know why I even put that out here, but we're all friends. All right. So don't forget, today's show is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We are here this week to help you plan a day. Don't forget, Disneyland is now available to book for 2025. Hey, Scott, I booked Hojo.
Oh, look at you.
Staying at the Hojo for
the famous Hojo.
Is it you've stayed there?
I have not. I always do the Fairfield. Yeah.
Fairfield. Okay. I'm doing Hojo. So I'll be at Hojo, but if you want to, stay at Disneyland for 2025 for the races, for any other trip, you got to get out there, man. It is amazing. 70th anniversary this year coming up. Get out there for all the excitement. Just swing by the magicforless.com, fill out that quote form. We'll take care of you and get you great Disney gift cards to boot for those bookings. No additional cost to you. Also, Walt Disney World, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney. Check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Carolyn says she stayed at the Hojo. So, yes, all the cool people staying there. If Carolyn stayed there, it's good enough for me. I like it. All right. Also, don't forget our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Please click that anytime you go shopping on Amazon. That supports our show. One extra click takes like 5 seconds and keeps us on the air. And also, speaking of keeping us on the air, our patrons keep us on the air. That's the biggest thing. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. $5 a month. It's like a cup of coffee a month is all it takes. And you'll get a bonus show every single week called Mike in the Midwest. This week, we did over an hour-long show. We were talking teachers. We opened up the phone lines. We got stories from folks, how a teacher made a difference in their life. We talked the state of education, back to school stuff, and just had a good time doing that. So if you want to get a bonus show in your feed and it's outside of Disney, coming over. It's called Mike in the Midwest. Just go to patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. The money goes to the big show, goes to this show to keep everything, the video hosting, the audio hosting, the bandwidth, all that stuff. So we appreciate that so much. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. Give Scott a follow on the social media at Scott, EPSCOT. I'm at BRGuestMike. Of course, check out Scott over at Must See Adventures, closing in on 500 subscribers.
We got there, baby. We got to 500.
You're there.
Yeah.
I thought so.
I've recorded a funny short, so go see the short and see if we or maybe I'm lying, so go see if we actually did get to 500, but we did.
All right. I thought I saw that, but otherwise,
dude, and it kind of blew up. Now we're to 525. So I appreciate the support. Thanks everyone for liking and subscribing. We're gonna have a video on Flom coming out. It's probably already out by the time this hits the feed. So I hope you enjoy that.
Well, by the time it comes out on the feed, it's 1,000. I mean, he's got 1,000 subscribers by Thursday. I mean,
dude,
whatever.
Dude, if that happens, like watch out.
Who knows what? I mean, yeah, he's already there.
Most impressive.
There we go. Darth is right there with him. He's jamming. All right, don't forget, I'm at BR Guest Mike. I mean, I'm not having as many subscribers as Scotty G, but come on, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Threads. We'd love to talk to you there. But the place we want to hang out is the Clubhouse. BRGuestPodcast.com/Clubhouse. Julie's there. Mohawk's there. Everybody's there. I didn't even get to mention all the cool feedback we had. We went so quick this week, but you want to get some tips for the Halloween party? We have Halloween party tips there. We had a guest there that gave great tips. Just got back yesterday for just recent feedback. We have that live at Walt Disney World thread. Folks that are there right now giving pictures, thoughts, updates from the parks right now. That's just an amazing feed to check out. We talk sports. We have a sports channel. Great place during college football. Man, it's going to be awesome during college football, man. The pain yesterday already. I mean, the first day of college football, pain in that thread. But it's going to be fun. Come over, be a part of the community over at BRGuestPodcast.com/Clubhouse. All right, we're getting out of here. We'll be back again next Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. We'll catch you here. Same place, same channel. So until then, for Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Sunday night or Thursday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Boom.
Dude, the college football pain is real.
It is real, and it's scaring me to death because I don't want to. It's
gonna be a crazy year because no one really knows like how it's gonna play out with like the new like expanded playoff. You know, like a team with 3 losses could be in the playoff. You just never know. It's wild.
I know, and like everybody's like, well, you can lose, but I don't want. I mean, like you can't. You can only lose if you're like a blue blood.
Yeah.
Like if you're a Mizzou, you lose. You're not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Then the Big Ten's so weird. Like Michigan State has this stretch where they play like Ohio State, then they play Oregon, then it's Michigan, and Iowa's in between there somewhere. And I'm like, oh my God.
Iowa's going to probably make the playoff, even though they have no offense. Watch.
Possibly.
Because
I don't think so, man. I think from the Big Ten, it'll be Ohio State, Oregon. That sounds so weird to say.
I know.
And then I think Penn State. Might get through this year.
And you got Michigan too.
Yeah, I think Michigan's gonna fall off, but that's just me. Sorry to my Michigan friends.
Yeah, I mean they're an iffy one, I think. But
their defense is gonna be legit though. Like they are returning like everyone on defense, and they're good. So they can figure out their offense a little bit after they lost some key people though.
I can't believe Thursday night though. Like so, Mizzou opens on Thursday night because they moved our game from Saturday to Thursday because all the students are gone, right? Because of the holiday.
Yep.
But then we moved our high school football game from Friday to Thursday for the same reason. So Howell plays at the exact same time as Mizzou. So we can't use our first season ticket because we'll be at Howell. So I'll be at Howell watching the Mizzou game on my phone. I can't believe it. Like, what are the chances a high school and a college game be at the exact same time? Never happens.
Wow. To both be on Thursday.
That's what I'm saying, on a Thursday. And so Friday night, I'll have no game to go to. I'm so mad.
I love it. We got so many people like with their schools. Like we got Iowa will lose to Wisconsin in the chat. Put it in writing.
I love college football, dude, because it's just like it's so me. like I felt bad for Jason because I posted that GIF of like Mizzou being a top 10 team. But dude, that's just how it is. I mean, when Mizzou loses, somebody's gonna do it to me. Jason,
it depends on where you are in your life. Like I just don't care. I mean, I care. I'm very passionate, but like there was a time, man, Michigan State loses a game. Like I won't talk to people for days. Like that's how like until like the next game, basically. I just used to be like so like invested in it, and now I'm trying to like scale back a little bit. But I'll be watching every Spartan.
You know, my life is Mizzou football, so we know we have that on. Like we know, like I told Pam, like it's me, you, and Wade on that thing, dude. If one of our teams loses, you don't text.
You shouldn't even be tweeting about it, though, man. But a little something that anyone that's still listening, man. Mike is like the ultimate curse to your team. Sometimes, like he will say, Michigan State will be up like 35 points in a game or something, and then he'll say like, "Oh, you got that one in the bag." And then,
I will not. I won't do it anymore.
You did that. You did that when we played like Rutgers last year. I'm like, oh my god, Mike, we're gonna lose now.
I know. I won't do it anymore because I am a curse. I am the hex.
And I say that jokingly, but it is funny though when you're like in the second quarter, you're like, oh man, you got this, and then like,
so okay, Mallory, right? She goes out to her and her friend Pam and Mallory and her flyer for cheer. They and Pam and this girl's mom today, they spent the day out in Columbia, out of where Mizzou is, right? 2 hours drive all the way out to get homecoming dresses. It's a big deal, right? So they don't have the same homecoming dresses that invite their school. So they go all the way to Columbia.
Our area actually will like not sell it. They'll ask what school you go to.
That's
like,
what they do.
We sold it to Okemos, we can't sell it to you.
And they do that here too. But they went all the way to Columbia, 2 hours away. Get their homecoming dresses. So they do this whole thing. 2 hours away. But anyway, they're at Mizzou. So they go to the bookstore at Mizzou, right? And at least they brought me like some Shakespeare's pizza, the cold Shakespeare's pizza, and a sticker and a new Mizzou shirt. So I got something out of it. But anyway, she comes home. She's all fired up for Mizzou. And she's like, Dad, I can't wait to go to a game this year. I think we're going to be really good. I'm like, stop. She's like, I think we're going to win the SEC. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, she's like, I think we're going to win the Natty. I'm like, Drinkwitz is going to kill you. I'm like, would you shut up? I'm like, one of our receivers is probably getting arrested right now because you said that. Like, I guarantee you somebody's going to end up in the Boone County jail tonight because you said that. Like, stop.
I would say they're going to get a speeding ticket, but that only happens in Georgia, apparently. So,
dude, our guys get like arrested on seatbelt violations. Like, that's what happens to our players. Like, they'll get caught for the stupidest stuff. And it's like, I mean, it's a joke in the SEC, right? Like if you're a real SEC team, like or town, like your cops know not to pull people over for seatbelt violations. But in Missouri, our guys get pulled over for seatbelt violations. Dude, do you want to win or not? Like the guy's got a seatbelt on. Oh my gosh. Anyway, because our guy got pulled over. Like our second best receiver behind Luther Burden got put in jail last week because he didn't have a seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Captain of the team. What?
He should be knowing better.
No, he should, but come on now. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, dude, come on.
Like, who do you play that first week? Maybe they like sent someone out. So like tail
Murray State. Where's
Murray State's got a Connor Stallions out there, that's like scouting and then trying to get your guys pulled over.
I don't think we have a state called Murray in the United States. I've looked. It's like I went Missouri, Michigan. I don't see a Murray.
Is it Murray State where TJ's son goes, I think, like our friend of the show. I think I could be wrong, but
it's in Kentucky, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it is where his kid goes. Yeah.
We used to drive past it when we went to Walt Disney World because it's like there's an exit that says Murray State.
But yeah, I love that. There is no Murray State.
There is no Murray State. Fake news. There's no Murray. Anyway.
They're not the real MSU.
We're exactly.
There's like 16 MSUs, I'm sure.
We're favored by 47.5, which makes me slightly uncomfortable. That's not good. Anyway.
It's like when Appalachian State beat Michigan. Watch out. Yes. Watch out, Mizzou.
100%. I hate these games. And then we got to go to Boston.
And you're probably paying them like $700,000 to play the game or something.
That's exactly right. It's a pay game. I love college football, but like the closer we get to Thursday, my stomach, I'll be back in the hospital.
Don't say that. I'm gonna have to get you your Christmas present early.
There's a Taco Bell commercial on the TV. It's making my stomach hurt even worse.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Well, this is probably make your stomach hurt worse. I'm gonna have some chili in here in a second.
Oh my god. Oh, I need to put a toilet bowl flush on the board. That's what I'm doing.
Gosh. That's crazy. That's a crazy, interesting situation because like you have so many limited games. I mean, you gotta see your kid on the field, right? So like you gotta miss the Mizzou game. So kind of wild.
It's gonna be in that game shouldn't be a good, but they want to. We have a consecutive sellout streak. I mean, our tickets are sold. I mean, we bought season tickets, but yeah, it'll be fine because we got 4 home games in a row. Of course, the next 3 home games.
Howell has 4 or Mizzou?
Mizzou.
Okay,
but we have 3. So, and the thing is with Howell, like we have kind of a young team this year, so we're not like a real good. Like we're not as going to be as good as we were the last couple of years because we won state in 22. We got really close last year. We went for 2 on like a playoff game and we didn't get in, so we got knocked out of the playoffs. This year we have a really young team, but we play like the 3 best teams in the state, like right our first 3 non-conference games, which will do us good in the playoffs. But we could lose our first 3 games and still be able to win state because those 3 games won't count towards like our league, right? We can still win our conference, but we're playing like.
Here I am.
Oh, dude,
and here I am. I'm hoping Emily finally gets a win.
Oh my God.
She's 0 for like 30 or something on her Okemos record. Like,
we're freaking out already. We're freaking out because we play the first game. We play the 3rd ranked team in the state. The second game we play the 2-time state defending champions. They haven't lost a game since 3 years ago. In the 3rd game, we play a team that has lost 1 game in 2 years. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's a buzzsaw. And then once we get into the league, we'll be okay, I think. But it's going to be rough the first 3 games.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well,
we're not bad, but we're playing some. Dang, man, our coach put us up against some teams. We'll see, though. Oh, look at that. Lisa had chili tonight. It's 100 degrees outside. Dude, nothing like a little fall chili in the summer. Whew.
Right.
Oh. All right.
I feel like that baby's been simmering for hours.
Go get your chili. All right. Yeah. I'll talk to you tomorrow. So, I don't know if Pam's back or not. I'll send out the text.
Okay. Yeah. Just let me know.
I will. All right. I'll see you guys all later.
See you, everyone. Bye. Tell the girls to say hi.
I will. Same to you. All right.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.